What's up guys, Mason Marangella here, the Rig Doctor. Today I have a very special rig build to do for you. My brother's coming into town, and if you're familiar at all with the channel, you know that we've been putting out some content about cables and doing some shootouts, and we've been making our own cables based on the winners of those shootouts. And my brother's actually the one that's been making all these cables. We've been going through already almost 2,000 feet of this stuff, so it's pretty amazing that he's been able to scale this output with us as we've been going. So I told him he can come over to the house, pick whatever pedals that he wants that I got on the shelves, and we're gonna build him something nice. And this is kind of a basic pedal board. In fact, this is kind of his first pedal board that he's ever had made. And I told him I think it's a good idea when you're starting, getting back to basics, just kind of getting one of every food group, getting some modulation, getting some overdrive, getting some delay, getting some reverb. So for any of you watching this that are kind of considering making your very first pedal board, this is something you might want to think about as you're starting to put things together. Sometimes the first pedal board isn't about getting it right. It's about getting all the food groups in there, figuring out what you like, and then knowing that that's going to give you information for future builds. So let's get into it. Building a rig for my baby brother who's been helping me out with all these cables. Let's get into it. My name is Mason Marangella. I build rigs for the industry's top professionals. Now I'm teaching guitarists how to build rigs like the pros with DIY tips, easy mods, and all the tricks of the trade. I am the Rig Doctor. There he is. Welcome, party. Let's head back. You ready for this?
Ready.
All right, let's do it. So my idea here is that Adam, my brother, will be able to choose whatever he wants for this rig. Again, we're trying to keep it in the basic food groups. We know that we need to have a little bit of everything on there. So we're going to go through what I got here, what I got in the garage, and see if we can come up with a plan for a great pedal board. What are you thinking about? Let's maybe start with overdrives. That's probably where you're going to get kind of the meat and potato stuff. What are you thinking?
It's this guy up here.
That one's good. The Flexitone. Carl Martin. Hot Carl, as he's known.
So maybe a delay.
Delay, okay. What about the flashback is good for like simple and small?
Yeah, nice small package there.
All right, why don't you grab that one? Okay, got that guy.
Maybe a little reverb.
A little reverb. That's a good one. Good, similar package size to what you
Yeah,
got
I
already.
like the smaller stuff.
Do you want to go to the garage?
Yeah, what
and
else? Let's see what else we got out there.
I got a lot more stuff in here.
I know I'm gonna want a volume pedal.
Okay. I don't have a lot of, I have like a really huge ones, like this Boss. We might need to hop over to the music store if you want to get something that's not so giant.
I like things that have multiple functions on one package.
So you want a digital thing?
No. We want to go analog, I think, for that.
All right. I have the Mike Eldred Special. He was the guy that introduced me to this, the UE300. It's got a vintage tube screamer, a vintage Ibanez compressor, and chorus in one. That could work.
Yeah, and then
It is analog.
kill a few birds with one stone there.
All right. For other overdrive flavors, you're a big kind of Russ Freeman fan. He kind of has that smooth kind of sound from the Rippington days.
Yeah.
Maybe that Ultraphonics HRM might be good. It's kind of got a little bit of the Dumble vibe and can get nice and smooth.
Guy.
We also need a tuner. Let's grab this system interface from Musicom because you're going to need a buffer on this thing. I'm also going to just grab the small tuner just in case, just depending on size.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
Well, I was working on this board for my friend Scott, and I actually have two of the same boards, except this one didn't end up being workable for him because he didn't need a volume pedal cut out, but I have this here, so this would be easy to start staging with, or at least we can see if we got enough space. Can you help me just kind of lay this out?
So thinking this can probably...
Is it going to clear those knobs, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Perfect.
Just fits.
Perfect.
Just fits, okay?
So
And then
throw
we'll
the cable out
get the Ernie ball here when we pick that up. Top row probably
these guys.
your reverb at the end. Let's try reverb at the end, and then delay coming before that. And then I'd say put the plexi tone before the ultraphonic, so you might instinct. We can mess with that. Power. I actually have one more. I was just put this on this John Mayer giveaway rig. By the way, if you want to win this pedal board, check in the link in the description. I have one more of these.
Let's see.
Put that kind of in the corner there.
It's gonna be tight.
That works.
Yeah.
Just fits.
Perfect.
I'm thinking too, because we have two, we'll have the cord here because this has got a hardwired AC, and then this will have an IAC. What I think I'll do is I'll probably put like a PowerCon connection on the side here, and so we'll route both of them into this on the inside, and then that way you can just have one connector in for the power, and you should be good. But this has turned out smaller than I thought. You know, the new pedal boards allow us to kind of double that surface area. So this is a 11 by 22,
And fits everything that I'm gonna need and more. So,
all right, let's get this volume pedal, and then let's get started. Good. This is my brother, Michael.
What's up? Nice to meet you, man.
His name is Adam.
Hell yeah. So,
I'm just
here it is, buddy.
That's what we need.
That's
Ernie
it.
Ball volume pedal.
We got the goods. Yes, sir.
Thanks, Michael.
Later.
See ya.
Nice to meet you.
yeah, nice to meet you too. Take care.
So let's just see what we've done so far here. I had to do a few things I didn't show in the video. Some of this is just due to what Vertex Legal has advised us, is to not show any modifications of power supplies involving AC power because it is dangerous. But basically what I've done is I've taken the AC out of this and combined it with the AC out of the True Tone, so that there's just one jack on the side there that's PowerCon, and that goes into the wall. So that's where we are. I'm going to start in on the power here pretty quick. I'll show you how to do that, and give you all the links for all the stuff that we end up using today, so that you know exactly how to customize your own power cables if that's something you're interested in.
Alright everyone, so we're going to make a custom power cable for my board. So first we're going to start with the cable that's usually provided with the power supply. So I'm going to cut it right there. Now that I have that out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and strip the end. We're going to take off all the shielding all the way down to the base.
This is on the black one.
This is on the black one, your ground. Alright, and I'm going to braid it just like I did with the other one. And I'm going to take a little bit off the top of the hot or active wire. And I'm going to thread that as well. And I'm going to tin both wires. So now you're going to tin just the little spot right here where the ground is going to be. Okay. And we're not going to tin the active because there's a little hole. I'm going to take off about a ½ inch. So you have your two conductors inside. You have your black, which is the ground, and the red, which is your active or hot wire. We've got our Kobe Con here. It's like the Kobe beef of power connectors. We're actually going to feed it through, and we're just going to touch a little solder on the other side of that, and that'll take care of that. The ground wire is too long. It won't allow the other one to reach and touch the strain relief. So we're going to cut off quite a bit of this. Looks perfect. Okay, so I'm just going to bend the active wire out of the way. Again, it's pretty durable, so no problem. And I'm just going to heat this up here, and I'm just going to set that tinned wire, the ground wire, right into the pool of solder. So now I'm going to feed the tip through, and we're just going to touch the very end. You're going to take your strain relief here, and you're just going to barely pinch it. Don't want it to be too tight. I'm going to go ahead and pop back down the cover. And now we're going to put a small 4-inch zip tie to hold that on there. Snip off the excess. And there you have a custom power cable cut to the length that you need.
Well, that's a wrap for today. We got a good amount of audio and all the power done. It's looking real good in here. And up top. So Adam, tell us where we are today. Day 2.
Just finishing the last cable here.
Audio cables are almost completely done. Those are coming in nice and clean. Just a few more zip ties to put down, but overall, looking good.
I think we're there. Here we go.
Moment of truth.
I see lights.
That's working. That's working. Let's go under here. Tuner's working. All right. We're just about ready to test this thing out, but I want to take you through some of the things that we did on the board that I think are pretty cool. First of all, we're using a travel compact pedal board, 11 by 22, and we're using the TC2 riser, which means it has a cutout for a volume or a wah because we have the Ernie ball here. So in terms of the signal path, what's happening is this. We're coming in right here. We're entering with the guitar into the Musicom Lab buffer. So it's coming in, this is a beautiful buffer, 1 meg input impedance and around 100 ohm output impedance, so just the spec that you want. And then it's sending, the very first thing it's gonna come to is right down here at the turbo tuner from Sonic Research, one of my favorite tuners out there. It goes into here, into the input, which is all the way on this side of this multi-effects unit from Ibanez, which has a compressor, a tube screamer, a chorus, and then it has like a master bypass, so you can bypass everything and then it just, you know, bypasses all the effect. So what we've done is there's actually, you can see here they have a little block diagram, and there's actually an insert, a send and receive between the compressor and the tube screamer and the chorus. So we've put 2 effects in there, actually 3 effects. So the first of those 2 effects is the Ultraphonics HRM, and then it moves to the Plexitone, and then from the Plexitone it goes out wide to the Ernie Ball VP. This Ernie Ball then returns back into the Ibanez unit, and then it gets to the chorus, and then it exits the chorus in mono, goes to the flashback, goes to the Hall of Fame, and then this goes back to the interface to get the output buffer, which goes back to the amplifier. It's all powered by a True Tone CS6, and again, we modified the Ibanez so that it could have both plugs from the power supply and from the Ibanez going into this power con, which you can see right here on the side. So we power the whole thing with that. it, dude. So here it is.
Here she is.
Not that you hadn't seen it before, but so what's your impression? What do you think?
Beautiful. Beautiful. Will do everything I need and more with my poor playing. So.
I think this is really cool, man.
Yeah, I think we knocked it out of the park with this one. So thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's check the weight on this thing. We're 11 by 22. Let's take it in the garage and see what we got. Let's just give it a second to zero out. It'll go to 0. Okay, go for it. So we got 16 pounds, 15.5 ounces. So almost 17 pounds. You're pretty close.
Not bad.
Not bad. Especially you got some heavy ones with this guy and the volume pedal on there. But all in all, this is definitely packing a punch for sub 17 pounds on the whole thing. Well, Adam, I'm so glad that we were able to get this done for you. I really appreciate all the work you've done in getting our cable store all together on Reverb and getting all those fulfilled. Already gone through over 1,000 feet of Belden cable, so you've earned it. And I'm glad that we found pedals that would work for the tones.
Yeah, it's great, and it just worked well that you had this stuff lying around that we didn't have to go chase anything down except for the volume pedal.
Yeah,
So.
You could have gone for the caviar, and I think you made some judicious choices, maybe to make it a little easier on me to not have to part with an old Klon. But I think in doing so, we really stayed true to the idea. Like you told me on the phone when we first talked about this, about getting back to basics, just kind of having a little bit of all the basic flavors. So you got the chorus, you got the delay and reverb, you got a couple of different flavors of overdrive. It's very simple in terms of the palette that it has, but it does a whole lot of different stuff. And I really think for like the 80s tones that you really like and the blues tones that you like, I think this is going to be a great fit for you. 11 by 22, about 16 pounds.
Yeah, it's just small and easy to tote around, so.
And even Zeke likes it.
That's